Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of D&D CR Exposed. Today's episode is about the Remorhaz, and it has been selected by the YouTube members and Patreon supporters. If you'd like to cast your vote as to which monster gets looked at this week, or the next week, or future weeks, go ahead and join the channel, or, become a Patreon supporter with the links below, and I'll see you there. Alright, getting into this, we're going to start right from the top and work our way through the monster. So we got ourselves 17 AC. This is a huge monstrosity, which is only going to affect the dice value itself. We're looking at a total of 17 D12 for its amount of hit points there, giving us right now a base of 110, but we have not factored in the Constitution score, which we're going to do right now, skipping past everything else except adding in the expected CR of 11. Now, we're going to go ahead and grab the Strength, which is a 24. Dexterity is a 13. Constitution is a 21. Intelligence is a 4. 10 Wisdom, and 5 Charisma. Now, I've been forgetting to check the amount of saves. Luckily, as I'm scanning through this, going over all the stats, there are no saves. So this Remorhaz doesn't have to worry about having the saving throws adjusted, which would give an effective AC bonus, but it doesn't get one. So let's move on. It is immune to cold and fire. That's only 2 triggers out of the 3 needed to throw in the bonuses there, so we don't have to worry about that either, which is great to see. For the monster traits here, we do have Heat Aura, so at the end of each of the Remorhaz's turns, each creature in a 5-foot emanation originating from the Remorhaz takes 16 fire damage. In this case, we would only expect one character, a tank of some form. We might sometimes have 2, depending on the structure of the team, maybe a second melee character. We'll take a look at this to see what it looks like after the fact and go from there. We'll go ahead and just put in the 16 here instead, and that will give us the 16 DPR, which is all of our traits. So we can move on to the action and bonus action that our Remorhaz has. So this is going to be a pretty simple monster here, even though it is a CR 11. As for its action, we have a Bite, melee attack 11, so we're going to go to the attack bonus section here, which is just above my head, and throw in an 11, which is definitely coming from the strength area. Moving forward, we have 18 piercing damage coming from 2d10 plus 7. So we'll add in that 2, not 25, 2d10, plus 7 coming from the strength, which we can verify down here. Now we can verify down here. And then on top of that, we are also dealing 46 fire damage. So that one's nice and simple. We're having 18 piercing damage and 14 fire damage. We'll go ahead and shift that down here, throwing an equal sign down and adding in G4 plus G5, giving us a total of 32 points of damage for the bite. On top of that, if the target is large or smaller, it has the grappled condition, expecting a DC 17 escape check, and has the restrained condition until the grapple ends. Well, luckily we have one such an item right here, the constrict value, which gives us a +1 effective AC bonus for grappled and restrained. From there, we will move into the bonus action. Swallow, strength save, 1 large or smaller creature grappled by the Remorhaz, which should also include restrained. Failure, the target is swallowed by the Remorhaz and has the grappled condition. A swallowed creature has the blinded and restrained conditions. It has a total cover against attacks and so on and so forth. It takes 10 points of acid damage, so that would be 3d6 here, 10.5 technically, plus 10 more fire damage. So we can just double that down since it's the same amount of dice, totaling a 21 points of fire and acid damage. And then the rest of it is just about escaping the swallowed effect. Luckily, in the features, we do have the swallow thing going on here, so we can just go ahead and input the damage based on the number of targets being swallowed, generally 1 or 2 max. For this instance, since we have a huge monstrosity, we can expect to have 2 targets swallowed at any given time. So the damage from being swallowed is going to be our 10.5 here, times 2 for fire and acid, times 2 targets. We'll go ahead and add that in, so we'll take that, we'll click that, and times it by 4, giving us a total of 42 points of damage here for the swallow. We're giving roughly 56 points of damage every round here. It's a compounding effect. Now that our bonus action is taken care of, let's go ahead and throw the action in place and see how much damage we are actually dealing here, because at the moment we are currently at CR 11 and we haven't even really worked out the damages. Luckily there's no multiple attack here, so it's just one attack, and we'll go ahead and throw that into concentration just because it throws it right into the full attack. Nothing special beyond that. So at the moment it looks like our Remorhaz is a CR 14 monster with having 2 creatures swallowed, having 1 creature in the heated body effect here, and the bites. So let's play with this a little bit and see what's going on here. Maybe we only are expecting to have 1 creature swallowed at any given time. Maybe we swallow an initial target, they get out, and then we swallow a second creature on another round of combat here. So from there, we would just say, instead of multiplying this times 4, we're going to go ahead and multiply it times 2. This brings us down to technically 11 and a half. I'm going to say that this is close enough. We're expecting to swallow 1 target, have 1 target in melee, and dealing the heated damage and biting them at any given time. Now, if we do want to tweak this just a little bit to make sure that we actually have a proper CR 11, all we really need to do is just tone down the damage a teeny bit. Let's see what we can do here. One of the quickest things we could do is probably adjust the 4d6 and turn that into a 3, and there we go. The 4d6 that was being applied to the bite damage, we turned that down to a 3d6, and now we have a proper CR 11. That's the quickest way to fix that slight half a CR that we had from the CR 0.5 there. Beyond that, I would say don't even worry about adjusting the monster. Your dice will vary. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Want to see even more? Join the community on Patreon or YouTube memberships and get early access to my videos, exclusive behind-the-scenes content, and a say in what monsters I review next. Click the link in the description to get started.